My substitute teacher held my juice box over the trash can and told the whole class that type 1 diabetes isn't a personality. I was maybe 15 minutes from a coma, and she was smiling. It started in third period. I felt the shakiness first, the cold sweat crawling down my back, the way the room tilted like the floor had been greased. I've been diabetic since I was 7. I know my own body. My blood sugar was crashing, and crashing fast. Mr. Adler, I need to test my sugar and get to the nurse, I said, already reaching for the pouch in my bag. Except it wasn't Mr. Adler. He was out, and the sub, Miss Corley, stood at the front with her arms crossed like she'd been waiting her whole life for a moment like this. You'll sit down and wait like everyone else, she said. I've read about kids like you. Everything's an emergency until it's time to do actual work. I pulled out my meter anyway. My hands were shaking so badly I dropped a test strip. I have a medical plan on file. I'm allowed to— She crossed the room and took the whole pouch off my desk. Meter, strips, glucose tabs, the little juice box I keep for exactly this. Confiscated, she said, holding it up like a trophy. You can have it back when you learn the world doesn't revolve around you. The class went silent. Priya, who sits next to me, stood up. She's not lying. I've seen her check her blood. She goes low. She gets sick. Sit down, Corley snapped, before you join her in the office. By then, the sweat had soaked through my shirt. The edges of my vision were going soft and gray, like someone was slowly turning the lights down. I couldn't feel my lips. When I tried to say her name, the words came out slurred and wrong. See? She announced, pleased, slurring, stumbling. This is exactly the performance I was warned about. Priya didn't wait. She grabbed her phone and dialed the front office. Corley lunged for it, but Priya was faster, backing into the corner with the phone pressed to her ear. Room 214, we need the nurse. A student's blood sugar is crashing. She took her supplies. That's when Deshaun, this huge, quiet kid from the football team, just stood up, walked to the trash can, and pulled my pouch out of Corley's hand without a word. He knelt beside me and put the juice box in my palm. Drink, small sips. My little brother's diabetic. I got you. Corley started shrieking about suspensions, about calling every one of our parents, about writing us all up for insubordination. Nobody listened. Somebody propped the door open. The whole class had turned their backs on her and formed a wall around my desk. I got the straw in and drank. It's the strangest thing, coming back up from a bad low. The world slowly sliding into focus, sound returning, your own name meaning something again. By the time the nurse ran in with the emergency kit, I could hold up a shaky thumbs up. The nurse checked my meter. My blood sugar had dropped to 39. She looked at Corley, then at the pouch on the floor, then at 40 kids all talking over each other saying the same thing, and her face changed. Corley was still mid-sentence about manipulation when the assistant principal appeared in the doorway. He didn't yell. He just said, very quietly, Ms. Corley, come with me. Here's the part that still gets me. Deshaun had filmed the last 90 seconds, not for clout, he told me later, but because his brother had been dismissed by a teacher once too, and he'd promised himself he'd never let it slide again. That video went straight to the district. Corley wasn't even full-time. She floated between 4 schools. She was pulled from every one of them by Friday. The district opened a child endangerment review, and last I heard, the DA's office had the footage. My mom framed the note the nurse wrote that day. 39 milligrams per deciliter. Student advocated for herself. Class saved her. I went back 2 days later. Priya had saved me the seat by the window. So tell me, what's the wildest thing a teacher ever did that they genuinely thought they'd get away with?